Yeah. So, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you here in today's session of Let's Talk Live. And thank you all for joining us here in another session. So, in today's session, we will have some good discussion questions based on resources and like different types of resources and how to serve them and what trouble and what problems we are facing. So we will have some kind of discussion. Will I will ask some question to every separate person that they have to give their opinion and their views. So it is going to a good conversation, and also if you want to speak and if you have queries, so in the end of the session you can also share ask in group also. Okay, so I think we have shortage of time, so we should start our today's session. And in first I want to call Anup sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So, as I told that we are discussing some question based on resources. So, when it's come to resource, every person's mind there is only one first that is water, and when we talk about the water conservation, so how we can save water at our home and in daily life, because we have the limited source of drinking water. Although we have huge amount of water, but that is not drinkable. But only I think below 21% we have the drinking water, and that is not completely available at like particular place.
Sorry, actually, I discussed last week such a topic, and please change any other topic.
Okay, I switch to another topic. So next topic for, have you discussed on electricity, saving electricity?
No,
Okay, so my it is also a type of resources. So how like can we reduce power consumption? Means as we are using in large amount of electricity these days, and earlier there is different way of generating the electricity, like using coal mines. We are burning the coal and then we are generating the electricity, and sometimes we are using uranium, different types of chemical reaction, and so that is also helping to create electricity. But now like people, they are depend on electricity mostly. So, and in the government also approaching the solar electricity. So I just want from your side that how we can reduce the power consumption and how we can initiate to increase the solar electricity. So please share your opinion, sir.
good evening, everyone. I would like to say something about consumption of electricity. We all are aware that earlier only for use for coin, and that is our source of energy. We come and use by electricity, but it is minimized and do not uh, energy produce lots of which required for our country. But after that, you know that everyone know that after 4 years, 5 years, thereafter technology is changes. So when that electricity come, like a water electricity power, come and invented by the scientists, so lots of things that developed in our country, not the our country, in the throughout the world. Because after electricity come, power like a generate by turbine use and water flow. After that, electricity produced. So lots of things changes. that each and every villages now reaches the electricity and everyone use the electricity. Not only that, like a biggest tycoon who has a like an as well as entrepreneur, their business, they also use electricity. They decorated their shop, mall, road with electricity train, and as well as many manufacturing nowadays uh, used by electricity and produce lots of things. Like earlier in a factory, any types of factory, they produce quantity of like a 25%. When the turbine electricity come and introduced and implemented, thereafter they more than 150% product they produce. Therefore, you know that demand and procurement is earlier, demand is huge, but produce is less. Therefore, its cost is high, and as well as therefore no one procure procurement for their requirement. But after produced like 150%, nowadays I think 200% produced. Therefore, it cost also minimized, and many company, many businessmen, they also jumped into that field and they produce lots of things like a one material and has like a more than 50, 60, 100 factory. Therefore its cost also less and people purchase it easily like a a motor pump that earlier if you want to purchase that it cost more than 10,000, 8,000. But nowadays there are more than 100 factories there, motor one, different types of company. So its cost is less. Within, I think, uh, 6 to 10,000 rupees if you spend that you purchase a good motor. So therefore day by day, our country is developed, and people also have to purchase and they use their field and their farming land and use for their drinking water pump install in the well and use for the water. So not only that, if that that electricity like a cut off or therefore we use such types of things like a electric generator motor. So at that time we also provide like a business. They also run their factory without interruption. But it is very precious energy. So if everyone should use as per their requirement, nowadays most of the richest family, they never thought that it is the source of energy. If you misuse that after some time we unable to use that our future generation will be suffered from that. So if you which require then you can use. You know that in Delhi in summer time that total offices they like only one building, one bulb or one light is used. After that, all the light have to switch off because of consumption of electricity, but unable to supply as per their requirement in summer season. Nowadays, many skyscrapers made by the contractor and builder, they are each and every apartment like a 3, 4 AC and 5 to 8 kilowatt. They took the electric power. So therefore, they are not required for 5 kilo to 8 kg. Only for 2 kilo is sufficient for one apartment. But they also fulfill their form, and they also force the electricity department, and they have to provide because they provide lots of money, therefore they provide. So I think when you which is required, then you can use. After that, future light. You know that technology comes, new technology invented after 4 5 years, but electricity is more required. Therefore, if you want to like a internet service, smartphone, tab, laptop, business matter, banking sector, business sector, corporate sector, IT sector, they have required lots of electricity. Therefore, they can work. Therefore, they also keep another way like a biggest generation generator they purchase and made their electricity on its own, and its supply for without interruption they work continuously, but it costs more than electricity. So while the power is come, therefore they stop the generator. The generator cost is very high. If you want to purchase a biggest generator, that have to pay more than 50 lakhs rupees. Thereafter, you can install in your factory, offices, everywhere. The people, biggest tycoon and entrepreneur, as well as many corporate sector, they installed because it's required for emergency purpose, or they use only for emergency purpose, not used for regular basis. So therefore, electricity have to use like a when which is required. Otherwise, you have to stop. You know, in metro city, that throughout the night, lots of lights lit in this street, garden, bridge, and which is not required. But after that, should be stopped it, switch off it. Therefore, it saved our energy, and in future we can use for it. But unnecessary, don't use it. Otherwise, our future generation will be abused to us. That's all, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for sharing in brief way about how do we save electricity and what problems that our generation they are going to face if we don't care about saving the electricity. So each and every point you have said, nothing is left to describe. So thank you for sharing your opinion and your views on that. It is really good answer, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you,
So
sir.
now, yeah. So now I am moving to the next member. This time I want to call uh, Siba ma'am. It's your turn to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next question for you. That so how can we protect trees in our surroundings area? Like how we can give a small favor to save like small plant, and we can make a green environment near to us, as we are living in urban areas sometimes. So it is difficult to maintain greenery, but still we can give a small favor, and we can also make environment like that. So what's your opinion on that, ma'am?
Means to how to save the plants, how to
uh,
save the
how
greenery.
can we protect trees in our surroundings?
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, first of all. So the today's topic is a really important topic as per my opinion, like as per my thinking, because by think for thinking for environment, it's really important topic nowadays, because as we know that we are most of the people now staying on the cities, So in cities we can see more houses than the tree. So, but people are more than the tree, but we need oxygen. Basically, the tree or the any plants, we know that they provide us oxygen, and oxygen is a really important thing for the survival. So, at least like in family, at least they protect one plant or one tree. It's really benefits for their family, or we can play a really big role for the environment, for saving the environment. So, as we know that when we were at the school, the most of the time it was there was a topic for the environment. They teach us the importance of the environment. That time at the childhood we learned that, and that time our teacher also say that grow the plants, like protect the plants. And I remember that that time I grow one plant. So nowadays, we should the same thing we should apply nowadays as well. Like plant is a really most important thing I can say for our life, because they by various things they provide a good things for us. Like the plants, they provide a oxygen, they provide a food, medicines as well. Food, there are so many useful things can plants are provided. There are medicines, the chemically we can't form the medicine, but the plant by naturally they gave us. So it is really important thing. Without plant, life on earth, I don't think so would be possible. It not be possible. So we should control the climate by growing the plant. They are playing really important role for for protecting our environment for the global warming. So they consume carbon dioxide and they give us oxygen. It's a really big thing for we as a human we need that. And the most important thing, the most like the one of the main reason plants are like I can say they are destroying. There are just because of the requirement, the demand of the trees is growing, but we are not planting the any plant or tree. So this is the like there are so many things. If we want a furniture, we cut the wood. If we want anything, we directly cut the forest or plant. So there are so many things the plant gave us, and as a human, because you only human can know the importance of the plant. So because animal don't know, so how can they grow? So as a human, we have a sense, we have that kind of a humor. So we should know the importance of the plant, like how they are going to important for our life. So we should grow at least in a family, as I told, in a family, at least we grow one tree. But there is a lack of space. We are not growing, we are not planting the tree. But whenever like nowadays, government also playing some important role for that. But as a person, as a part of this nation, we should play some role for for plantation. The another important role, as I told, like plant reduce the pollution, air, water, and soil pollution as well. They consume some harm, like whatever the harm thing in the soil, they consume that. So, and we should avoid the burning thing on a soil without and there are so many harm things they plant can consume. So plants need plants need a water, nothing else. And so we should save the water as well for providing them, because there are so many plants they can still survive more days without water. So they give us a food, but we can give a small quantity of water. Like I can say spreading awareness why trees, why plants are important. So people must understand the value of the plant in our life, because we are growing part of the nation. So we should tell, we can organize some events, we can organize some campaign, then only some people know the importance of the plant, importance of the tree, I can say. So we should participate on any campaign. We should give some interest, we should show some interest for any campaign. We organize some campaign. Like in a village area, they don't know that much important of that plant, because they know everywhere is plant is showing. But in the city areas, we can see the less trees or less plant, but more houses or the bungalows. So in there are lots of pollution. The city is huge polluted. I'm staying in Mumbai. I can see the polluted surrounding area. But if we grow the plants, so maybe minimize the polluted area. So at the end, I can say plant is a backbone for our environment. Like this, for a human, our spine is a backbone. For the plant is a really backbone for environment. Like saving plants means we are saving our future, we are saving our life. Like each of one of us, we can take a small step to grow the plant, and we can protect the nature. And I can say we can create the healthy and wealthy world for the next our next generation. So that's it, sir, from my end.
Thank you, ma'am. That the way that you have covered each and every point, I think nothing is left to describe more. And really, it is very important to concern about trees and plantation that we can give some favor. At least
Hmm.
the children's or upcoming generation, they will learn something from us, because that already deforestation has been happening from last years, previous some couple of years. But still, we can do some favor to save our environment, as you said. They can do some plantation near to us, that will also encourage the people to do more plantation. Even the children and the youth, they will also encourage. We will encourage them to do a favor. Otherwise, it is
Right.
very difficult to survive in future. Even as Anup sir told that they will abuse us. So that definitely it is going to happen if we will not concern more about it. And a person
Right.
who really belong to the rural areas, like village areas, so he know the value of that when they migrate from village to the urban area, and then they are feeling that they are facing the difference and difficulties, so they can get an idea like what is the life earlier and what it is now. So it is very concerned point, ma'am. And everything you have covered, really it is good and like effective answer, ma'am, from your side. Thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so now it's done for Sarad sir. Good evening, sir.
जी सर.
So, yes, sir. So my next question will be based on food and like resources. So it is question is like that. How does food waste like affect poor people and society when we are going to waste food? So what dramatically effect can be seen in society and poor people as well?
Okay, good evening to all of you, and thank you for giving me opportunity to speak, especially meaning of the food. Yeah, you are no actually this is a elephant in the room. What is the meaning of the food? Because without food, people cannot to survive life. Even really, if we want know that what is the meaning of the food, we should visit to the rural area, and we should visit who people living in the near to the road as a beggars. They have no food for 2 times to fulfill our stomach for survive. And I can say in this time, so many people are facing, so many people are surviving life in crisis of the food, because people's number is increasing day by day, but crops growth number is not, I can say, like increasing, because of uh, people in these days people are using, or people are doing fielding work to with that, like chemicals for more productivity, I mean for more fertilizer. But that thing it's can help to you for 1 year, but the next year that will affect more than two before. And I can say uh, food is most important for survive to the life, for being a life person. Otherwise people cannot live without food. And food, it's not meaning that 2 time food like rice, chapati, all the things. There are need to some qualitable food by which you will be healthy. Otherwise, that can create to further for sick or some big diseases problem in life. And I can say in this time you can see like food poison. So many thing is going on, and so many officers are working for care, like restaurant, hotels, where is people are selling to the food, check to the materials, all the thing, just for make better life and provide to better food people. And you know that like if food will be not available, then people cannot sustain to own self in the in livelihood. So there is need to food, and food should be healthy food. And along with that, I can say one more thing. We are also responsible for crisis of food, because who have money, they are wasting to the food. They don't care to others. That's why sometimes, because in which level food we are wasting, who have money, who have power, who have sources to get gains, so they don't care what is meaning of food. So if we should eat to that level, what is our requirement? We should take on the dishes. What is the requirement? What is the sufficient for survive to the food? I mean, what is the survive for the life? Another thing I can tell you one more thing. Fast, we are a spiritual man. We are getting to the fast in the 1 week, 2 week. So this is also one of contribute to provide others people to food. It's mean that if we will do fast one day, it's mean that we are saving to one man food. So in one way, our stomach, and that will feel to the relax to the stomach behalf of the fast. And second way, that food we can share with poor people. Be a fast, it's okay if we are, but we should make sure if we have like ability to serve with someone, if we have ability to distribute, so that day in which day we are on fast mode, we should give our food to them who have not ability to access proper 2 time food. We should donate to them, and we can contribute for remove them hungriness, because you know that people hungriness can change your life. Because there are one sentence, marta kya na karta. It's mean that so many people are taking to the wrong step, not for just choice, and they have to do that work for the survive life. So if we will care, we will understand to the feeling of others who is hungry, so we can also prevent to some crime. In this time, if you will see so many small child, they are asking as a beggar. Even I can say for remove to the crisis of food in the in society, like especially in rural area, government also had started one midday meal. That is also very good contribution, and that is very good step. Like in behalf of the just midday meal, people can motivate in a two way by I can say like one way people will get to the motivate because if they will go to school, then they can get to food. So one side we can serve to them, fulfill them stomach, and second side we can also motivate to them for study. So in two way we can do that help. Even yesterday I got one news. There was one of midday meal cooker. She was just half liter pouch milk. She was including mixing to half balti, half tub to water. So that video captured. After that, people started to raise voice, and I don't know what action government have been taken behalf of that. But I can say one more thing. Uh, we need we need to think about remove crisis to food. Actually, you know that, sir, that man cannot understand what is the meaning of the food and what is the crisis of the food and in which level can affect to the people and what can make let down to do them because you food, I mean, hungriness can push to them for take wrong stuff. So only who have money they cannot understand, but who have money, so we should say to the thank to the God, like God have been given to you opportunity to see to others and fulfill to others' stomachs. So please contribute. And I know in India, so many peoples are believing on the God, and at least in a one day in a week they are on the fast mode. But please, if you are doing fast, so please that food you do decide to give someone who have no opportunity to eat food. Please go visit in that area. I can say God will bless to you more than fast if you will at least if you will because in you do know two donation is most important. One is education, second is food because both make to better life. If you have if you are getting to the proper healthy food, then you will be healthy, and health is wealth. And if you have proper education, then you can also change your condition. So both path is going for better and good happy life. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And thank you for sharing your points. Like why the food is necessary for all the people, and how we can give one favor to help that poors. As suppose that from my side, if you have birthday or if you have any punya titi, we say, like, or like whoever passed in our family passed away, so we can just instead of giving the money to the poor, it is very better to arrange a food, if there is some Vardha ashram, so you can just give some money. You can just arrange some food for one day. You can make good food for all the persons they are living on that particular place. So it is going to give you a happiness. And when you sing person who are asking for the money, so giving money, it's not a perfect way to help. Instead of that, you can just serve the food, that will also help. Because if you will give the money, so they will not try to earn money, they will always beg here and there. So helping with food, that is very kind of good work. But I think the money, helping with money to the poor, and it is motivate them to make more money, like in that way. So I always prepare to give the food and help in that way. But yeah, money in case of any emergency, in medical emergency, that is general thing. But just for the earning process, you are giving money to poor, it's really a different way. It will encourage people to make more money in that way. So thank you, sir. You have covered very good points on food and like how it affect society and poor person. So okay. So now it's turn for Sarita ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sarita ma'am, are you there?
Yes, am I audible?
I think you are sleeping. That's why I call you again. Okay,
No, sir, I'm here.
it's fine. Okay, 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 ma'am.
You
Okay.
called
So
me
next question.
so long, that's why you're thinking.
No,
I
no.
have been
I
waiting for long.
You are waiting, but earlier when I asked you, you are giving some choice. That's why. Okay, no worry.
Okay.
So next
Mhm.
question is here. So when we talk about the fuel, so why are petrol and diesel they are available in very limited resources? And when you hear on some news like headlines, and even also in study we are hearing the news that we have limited sources of fuel, petrol, diesels, coal, whatever. And so what is like why it is in limited sources, and how can we save fuel while traveling, like in day to day life we are using the transport system, and even we are going through on personal vehicle. So how we can give a favor to save the fuel, and we can save for our next generation also. So please share your point, ma'am.
Yeah, very nice question you have asked me. Yeah, good evening to all present here. And why? First, I would like to say the use of fuel. As our body needs energy to work, so same fuel is also required in like vehicles to work. And also for food, we use some fuel to cook our food. Nowadays, yeah, gas is there. There is some gas available. Now we are using that uh, what was gas cylinder. There is gas, but earlier we used to cook our food by using coal and wood, all that thing. So, fuel are of two types, renewable resources and you can say non-renewable. So, renewable means the fuel which we can uh, renew again, like, sorry, like our what we call air, wind, all that thing is available there. But these like petrol, you can say coal, diesel, they are, we can say, it's a non-renewable resources. So, and also in our India, I think these are extracted in the less amount, and we are using it in a large amount due to the population. And due to the population, we are uh, buying, we are purchasing two-wheeler or four-wheeler, all that thing for our personal convenience. So, uh, in that we have to use this petrol or diesel fuel. So these are all exported from the uh, foreign country. So for exporting, some money needed, no. So that's why we are these are getting in a high. Every time you will get that inflation in this type of fuel. And also, kerosene oil is also called as, I think, black gold. So it also used earlier, it is used in everyone's home, in cooking, like in stove, and sometime in lalten. So that's why now we have shifted to the electricity. So for electricity, we are generating from the water, that is called hydroelectricity. If we are generating from the air also, windmill, all that. So we just shifted to electricity. So for that, I think nowadays kerosene is no, means people are not using so much at their home. So I think it's also good now. They are not polluting air. people are not getting any respiration problem. Earlier sometimes because of this smoke, when kerosene burn, the smell is also not so good, and it creates black gases, that is carbon. And sometime at in our childhood we used to go to our hometown and we saw these all things. So the lalten, no, while we sitting around the lalten in morning time, we saw that black color in mucus in our nose, all that thing. So I think this type of kerosene we are not using nowadays. That's why government are also not supplying, I think, in ration area maybe. And about petrol and diesel, they are getting, but in less amount. So for saving this also, government has introduced that battery vehicles. Then now they are deciding to use green gases vehicle like hydrogen. They going to use by the electrolysis of water. They will produce hydrogen gas or something is there. I don't know about so much. Sorry, sir. And you have asked me how can we minimize these all s- things. So yes, we can minimize, same like planting more trees is required for all the things. So what I think, if we plant more trees, we'll get more fuel also. How? Yes, we move towards the wood, but it also create pollution. So I think instead of using these all things vehicle, private vehicle, we can go for using this public vehicle, mostly like train, buses are there. If yes, if we are using any car personally, so if we have some friends, we can use carpool also. And if the doesn't require that, in a family, every family they use their own vehicle to go their destination, to go their workplace. If they are going in the same way, so they can take one. So that's why by this all the small step, we can minimize the use of this fuel. Because uh, in means on this earth, their non-renewable resources are in the uh, limited way. So we have to minimize and we have to switch towards the renewable resources, the that are like wind, electricity, all that. So we just try to use all the public transport. Because of that only our government started train on this electricity. So their buses or like some gases cylinder. So these all the things are there. So we should use that, and by this only we can uh, we can improve this usage of this fuel, because they are in limited proportion, and we can by this only we can save for our future. That's all from my side, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. That's very enough to describe the thing that you have said. And actually, that is the same and familiar things that people they always know that how they can save the fuels, as you given the example that we should go with we should use the transport facility instead of going separate with separate vehicle. It is also helping to save and to you know to save the fuel for upcoming generation also. So it will play also a crucial role, you can say. But yeah, we can do from our end, and in future we are also going to innovate some new technology with electrical vehicle. Let's see if it is going to possible with very good accuracy or with good results. So it is yet to be check and yet to be open. So we are just waiting for that. But there is still some issue happening. We will talk it about it later. So now it's turn for Sumit sir. My next question for you.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
So next question for you, that is, okay. Okay, so when we talk about the recycling process, I think you might be aware or you may study in childhood. So
Yeah,
how
repeat once
can,
again.
sir,
Repeat once again. What was that in the starting?
recycling process?
Acha, okay, fine. Got it.
Yes. So why it is important and how can recycling help us to save natural resources? Natural resources means whatever we include. Okay, like natural fuels also we can include it, and electricity, whatever its content. So how we can use the recycling? Even we talk about the water and poly bags. So whatever,
Hmm.
please share your opinion, sir.
Yeah, got it, sir. Got it. Thank you so much for asking me this question, which is much important. We must go for the discussion on such topic, through which we will also get aware about the person to person from their answer. So, sir, recycling process is means ki already some materials and some things are there which things are in already unused condition. Means we can't bring that thing in use, but we are going with a process through which we can bring that the unwanted materials and useless material in use. There is a process through which we can bring that again in use, that is called, you can say, recycling. You can take example for especially the water first. In the especially in the city area, all time we get you can say get to expose and get to aware about it that the in every society there is a STP through which they treat the water from, you can say, the wastage water to a fresh water, and then thereafter they bring that water in use like as a domestic water. They usually use that. So uh, this thing is only for the water. In the same means ki already the wasted water, they are not going to means ki, release that water. They are not going to you can see mm, means ki they are not going to avoid that water. They are trying to bring in use, and multiple times they are using it. So this is the thing. In the same way, we can take example with like plastic as well. All times we try to throw out means throw the garbage, like plastic garbage outside anywhere, and there is a negative impact of the plastic, that it take actually time to damage. I think long time. You can see more than, you can say, 100 years it is required to get damaged. So and it's always damage our environment, pure environment, it's always damaged. We can't you can see take fresh, you can say, oxygen. Apart from this, the fresh environment will be not there overall, you can consider. So what is the right process and what is the right way to you can say it means bringing it in use, and how can we through, and how can we completely, you can say, uh, keep it at a right place, I'm saying. So we can only we can store in a dustbin, and we can give that the entire plastic to the daily basis who come to carry the some, you can say, the wastage material in the morning, who come to collect. So always we should provide them, and that person will you can say send, and that person will deliver that all plastics in a any you can say recycling place and recycling organization. Thereafter, that all plastic will again through the recycling process, they can again make some another you can say items, and some another polythene as well, you can say, sir. So overall, the thing is, sir, as per my concern, recycling process it's much important. In anyhow, we must go with recycling for the most of the things. Uh, uh, which things are possible, we can recycle. We can do recycling with that item, and again, if there is possibility to bring in use and without any, you can say, damage environment, without any losses, so we must go with this, sir. It's my overall opinion, and always we should think for it, how can we reach out with the recycling process, in which way we can contribute for it. So this is overall my opinion about it, sir. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for giving your valuable point here. And recycling, it's really good process, as we know and as we studied in childhood as well, that only through which we can save our resources for a long time, and we can utilize the things with again and again, and it will also not harm our natural things, so we can save the natural things for our generation. That is a particular way to get the more, production, you can say, and more the result, and it will works for many ways when we require the things. So thank you, sir, for sharing your point. And now, uh, Suman ma'am, you are still,
Sir.
are you there, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I ask you next question. So, okay, so what should you do if a child gets lost in a crowded place? मीन्स कोई एक बच्चा एक भीड़ में अगर आपको मिलता है, कोई गुम हो जाता है, आपको मिलता है, तो आप क्या करोगे? एज ए ह्यूमन, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स वुड यू डू?
Okay, sir. First of all, I catch child and then I kindly talk to child. So, what is your name? Where you live? So yeah, Intel. So and get phone number. I ask phone number. So tell everything. Okay. So I call and his and her parents call, but not telling everything. So and ask some, you are hungry. So I ask after that in some little it's and polite talking, and then after that I will go in police station inform, um, because I not proper in किसका मतलब बच्चा है, so I got police station and yes sir.
Okay. In that way, you will help that children to meet their parents, right?
हाँ yes. So yeah, and no, yeah, parents I meet after that. I am not in get child gift because I uh, proof. I ask proof. I can, how can believe
Hmm.
this your child? You prove after that I gave your child. So yeah, you
Yeah.
prove. Yeah, because in yeah, identify in most important, because nowadays many happening many cases. So I this have parents proof and Aadhaar card and many and birth certificate, and in mother father identify one certificate in government certificate non ऐसे ही no. So I see after the time give children. Right, sir?
Yeah, yes, yes, ma'am, right. It is also a good way to get the children to their parents, and you can take help from the police. And even in crowded area, I think there are
Yeah, five
maybe.
years old. Yeah, 5 years old, no issue, because I'm not uh, I am asking name after relief to nowadays in 5 years old also in name and where relief. So yeah, it tell na in children because every children in 3 years old in school in 2.5 years. So yeah, 5 years old of course he and she tell name and address and phone number also. And not told I. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Right. Right, ma'am. You can take help from police as well, and you can also take help when someone they are announcing something. When you are just standing in railway station, suppose
Yeah,
that
railway station,
you
yes.
can take help for that speaker who is speaking something for the upcoming railway, upcoming train or whatever. So you can just describe the person's name, so they can also, if they are available there, they can directly reach out to you. They will ask you. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, sir, in may happen in Chhat Puja, in Chhat Puja Ghat, lots of crowd. So many little children in families here there. So I announce after that in Pandal mein so you go and meet your children. So sometime this type happened. So that.
That is right, ma'am. That is completely true. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing your point. We all have done our today's practice session. I hope this session find you well and you enjoy the session. So we'll meet you tomorrow on the same time, 9 to 10. So don't forget to join. So for today, it's enough, and good night, everyone. Jyoti ma'am already denied. So she already sent a message that she's unable to reply. Yeah. So I'm wrapping up the session for today.